So how many times had y'all been out here before anything like this had happened?
Let's see. I'll rewind a little bit. I've been coming up to this area for about the last 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
There was one time over by the lake. It's on that little map, but I was up here riding bikes with a friend. It had just snowed, and there was large striated footprints going right next to the lake in between the 2 little ponds that are up there.
Yeah, I saw that on your map.
Yeah, and I didn't think anything of it at the time, but my buddy was like, "We need to get the hell out of here." And let's see, I came up here probably last March or April, just driving around in my car on the lake road over there, and I got out and walked up one of the hills, and only to hear something whacking a tree.
Man, that's cool as heck right there.
Oh yeah. Big.
I see that.
Taking the photos.
Oh man, that's nice. That is a nice. So you think they built this as like a survival shelter, or?
You know, I really have no idea. So here's the thing, I saw one like this up here 6 years ago. And it was over there, like right over there. It was facing the other way, it was a little lower to the ground, a little longer, but I didn't think anything of it at the time. But so this is the second one that's popped up here like this over years. Somebody with superhuman strength.
I see that.
That's the that's the thing that makes me wonder is all 3 corners are these root balls that were just yanked out of the ground. There's no sign of it. It would take several people to pull a tree over that thick, and I still don't think you could do it. And then all this bark, bark isn't particularly easy to pull off of a tree.
It's very interesting.
I couldn't really tell you why I think they put it here. Maybe as maybe it's just a marker. Hey, we're here. This is right where the beginning of the system. The trail goes that way. It's right where the system starts.
Man, it's a heck of a view right here.
Oh yeah.
And this was the spot right here where you got kind of ran out of here.
Yeah. I'll tell you how it went down.
Okay.
So we were up here. We were all looking at this thing pretty heavily, examining it because the other 2 guys I was with hadn't seen this before, and so my buddy Connor, he's real skeptical. He was like, "I want to see if I can take a branch this size and break it myself, just to see how difficult it would be." So he wanted to grab one from the structure. I was like, "No, don't do that." And we came over here, broke one of these trees. It made a big loud sound. I took the branch and knocked it up against a few trees to see if anything would happen. I made a few calls, but overall we were actually being very loud, very disturbing of the area.
Oh yeah.
And so what happened was, my one guy Sammy is kind of getting a little nervous, and he's like, "We should go." And I was like, "No, I want to walk another 50 feet or so. I want to check out a little bit down there." So my buddy Sammy is standing there watching the view, and Connor and I start walking right down through here. And right when we get about here, I hear something over there. Just one guy just go, ow!
Mm-hmm.
It sounded like it was maybe 200 feet away. 150, 200 feet away. We get Sammy's attention over there, you know, yo, shut up, because he was walking. He didn't hear it. And then it sounded like a whole pack of them over there. Just all making that siren sound. And then we hear one or two over here, one or two down that way, and maybe even another one over there. And we're standing here. I'm asking Connor, tell me those are coyotes, please, for the love of God, tell me those are coyotes. And he's telling me no, those are. I know what coyotes sound like. Those are not coyotes. And gradually they're just getting closer and closer and closer. So, you know, we bolt after 30 seconds.
So you head that back down that way?
That way.
Oh, you head down that way?
Back the way we came. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We bolted. These howls are just going and going and going and going. And halfway down that trail, I was passing a tree, and it sounded like it came right from behind that tree.
Dang.
It was just like a howl.
So they were basically just right at you, escorting you out of the whole area.
And as we were walking, the sound was following us. Like once we got down to that clearing there, it sounded like the howls were coming from right up here. Once we were at that little clearing, and it had kind of died down a little bit. It had stopped, so we turned around and we started making howls, and they picked up again.
Particular incident. How long ago did this happen?
It was August 29th, so
Just a matter of a few weeks ago. Cool.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, actually, It happened. It must have happened like a week before the Bigfoot festival.
Cool.
And as far as I know, they've been here for a while because, like I said, I saw that structure, a similar structure, 5 years ago.
And you didn't think nothing of it at that time. You didn't really hear anything surrounding it at that time.
No.
But you'd never done any howls or any knocks or even been looking for anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that, just a generalization, I think that if you're not on their mind, if they're not on your mind, then you're typically not on their mind. You're just another
I can agree with that.
I mean, but I'm pretty sure this is all technically private property until you get to
that little cul-de-sac we parked at, is that for sale, or they got a property, they want a house for sale?
I have no idea.
They haven't done nothing with it in a good while, because I see all the other houses around.
Yeah, I think there's a lot up there right at the beginning.
I didn't see a for sale sign, but I didn't know, I assume that might be a home site. Did you hear something?
Yeah.
I heard something on top that was behind. What'd you hear?
I heard a big, did you hear me whoop back at you?
I heard you whoop back at us when he was telling the story and he yelled.
Yeah, I whooped. I didn't know if he was what he was doing, so I whooped back and a minute, 2 minutes later, like something big hit the ground back off in that tree.
Oh man, that way?
Yeah. Not like a tree, but like
something jumped down out of a tree or something?
Like it sounded like a hitting the ground, not like if you took that tree right there with all the limbs and shit, a big huge log, and they'd hit the ground or something.
Cool.
So where'd he go?
Oh, he's up at the top walking around. I think he wants to take us to where the lake is. Okay, look at this, fellas. So this is where we at. The blue dot, that's where we at. So look at all that back there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look at all that. So if you walk back, that's where we're facing because the light's shining out. If you walk back there, I mean, that's what you got.
Nothing.
That's that pink beds area. I mean, you just walking. Yeah, there's nothing but mountain ridges and mountain ridges. Looks like there's a big long ridge right there.
So this is something that's a little bit, I don't know, it's just weird. I was walking down that trail after walking back here one time during the day, and I was by myself. And I hadn't seen anything, I'm getting ahead of myself. I had been hearing something to my right and to my left, just like shuffling as I had walked up that trail, and as I was walking back, because I walked over to this spot, and this was before the structure was up here. It was maybe March or April, and when I was walking back, there was like, I saw something run in front of me, and it looked like a person running, except it was a black shadow. It was massive, and it made no sound. It looked like in the movies when you see like demons going.
Yeah.
It looked like that.
Yeah.
No sound, large, and it looked like a figure running, and it also looked like it was about this high off the ground.
Really?
And now I can't say if that's related to the Squatches or anything like that. I could not tell you what I saw, but it was not normal.
Definitely not normal.
And
You just got like a split second look at it.
Just a split second, just across the trail, no sound.
Thing that go from tree to tree and rhododendron to rhododendron like that in the forest on a number of times. But when you're like, did I really see that, or what was it? You just kind of catch it, you know.
The weird thing was I was looking directly at it. I was looking straight forward, and it was right in front of me, and it just came out of nowhere. Just gone before I...
That's amazing.
I couldn't tell you what that was all about. I have no idea. I mean, that's why that was the last thing I wanted to say, is because that's...
Well, when you say something like that, a lot of people ain't going to believe you. That's the bottom line. That's why a lot of people don't come forward and tell everything, because it just sounds crazy and they think ain't nobody going to believe them.
People what I've seen.
Exactly.
I know what I saw,
it
but I still feel stupid saying
Yeah.
it.
The only time we didn't feel stupid talking about it was at the Bigfoot Festival.
Right. I heard something near DuPont, too.
Okay.
I was exploring DuPont a good bit last winter, and it's Pinnacle. I'm forgetting the name of it. Green River Road, or near Green River Road. It's back there. When you get to the fire station, you take a right. When you get to the church, you take a left.
Gotcha.
And it's the back line of DuPont. I went back there. This was the first time I went squatching, and this was at night too. I don't know what we were doing, but we go back there, and it's tree break after tree break after tree break after tree break, and structures. I mean, it was incredible. We were really intimidated by what we were seeing. And actually, since then, I came back there one time. There was something rummaging around through the forest, and it made a big snapping. I heard a big snap. But,
now, someone had told me at DuPont there's a lot of waterfalls. There's a real pretty forest. I've never been there, but I've heard about it.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
Okay.
It's gorgeous. It's right on the border. It's
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing out there. For good little ways.
Cool beans.
Yeah, I've seen it on the map. I've never been.
Yeah.
I will say, I've been back there one time this summer, and I think that if there were Squatches there, I think that they probably left.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because A, I didn't see anything that I noticed structure-wise or whatever, and B, they're logging the place.
Oh, they're logging it right now. Okay.
Yeah.
That would drive them out if they're logging it.
So,
Okay.
No idea.
one other thing that my buddy pointed out was rhododendrons. He said every time he's noticed something, it's been near rhododendron.
I agree. That's good cover.
Yeah.
You know, run along a creek and give them great cover.
Yeah.
Sometimes going up a mountainside.
There's a whole bunch of it when you get a little ways back there. It gets really thick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense then. That's where you kind of heard the first commotion going through, back through there.
Yeah.
They would be using rhododendron for cover and camouflage.
Oh yeah. This is, you sent me a video.
Yeah.
There was a video. Yeah, there was a video he sent me that had a whole bunch of them just howling.
Yeah, that was our
That's what it sounded like.
our Uwari crypto critter record. That's our recordings from out in the forest.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. Except it was coming from every direction. Wow. I mean, it sounded like there were 10 to 15 of them.
And I've heard that before too. You know?
That's like a pod. Yeah. Sometimes it can get a little bit dangerous if there's a family pod around.
It can be very dangerous, especially if there's a lot of younger, not little ones, but
right. They're protective.
Protective, and
You've got a family to protect.
Yeah. Yeah, you might. They might just see who can outdo who.
Right.
We're not going to win that
The
battle at all.
weirdest thing was it started with just one. It was just one guy, and then they all joined in. And when we heard that one guy, my heart stopped.
Well, we've heard that where it's one, and then they all jumped in. We've heard that a number of
We've
times.
heard like one. I know a guy I used to share stuff with and talk to. He'd come over and visit sometimes, and I would show him pictures or somebody. Finally, he told me. Had a really funny look on his face, and I said, "What, do you think I'm crazy or you don't believe me?" He said, "I don't want it to be true."
Yeah.
Because it scares the shit out of me. I said, "Well, okay, I can see that."
Yeah.
He said, "I don't even want to think about that being, because, And I said, "Well, I got you."
Because that just begs the question, what else is out there?
And yeah.